welcome to byGoldenberry. I'm Tina and I'm going to show you how to crochet the slip stitch. The slip stitch is the easiest of all the crochet stitches and it's also the smallest because it has hardly any height to it. As you can see here, it kind of sits right on top of the foundation chain. You can find this stitch in nearly every single crochet pattern, but it's not usually used on its own. You wouldn't, for example, use it to crochet a whole dishcloth in slip stitch. It's normally used as a technique for joining two ends together, or for creating nice clean edges, or for moving along a row to get to a certain point without adding any additional height. It's also used for surface stitching on the top of your crochet project to create patterns, for example. So we'll go through each of those situations and show you how to use the slip stitch. The most common use for a slip stitch is to join two ends together, usually when you're working in rounds. So as an example here, I've created a small foundation chain and I'm going to use a slip stitch to join the two ends together to make a circle. So how we would do that is we insert our hook into the first chain of the foundation chain, yarn over, so the yarn goes over the hook, we pull the working yarn through that first chain that we went through, so we now have two loops on the hook, and then we carry on and bring that working yarn through the loop on our hook, and that's a slip stitch to join two ends together. You would also use a slip stitch to join two ends together when you're working in the round like this. I've made a magic ring and my first round is of single crochet stitches, or double crochet if you're working in UK terms. This here is my first single crochet of the round, and I'm going to end the round by creating a slip stitch in this first stitch here to join the two ends together to make a nice circle. So again, we go into the stitch, we yarn over, pull through the stitch, and we have two loops on the hook, and we continue pulling through the loop on the hook as well. So there we have it. We have a nice perfect circle with the two ends joined using a slip stitch. Another way we would use the slip stitch is for moving along the row to get to a certain point without adding any extra height, or to create a nice clean edge. Those two are worked in the same way, so I'll show you that now. So how you would do that is insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, you have two loops on the hook, and continue pulling through that last loop on your hook, and that's your first slip stitch. We'll make a few of these just to see what it looks like. So there we go, we have 4 slip stitches along here. So that means we've reached this point without adding any extra height here. And then if you wanted to carry on with your double crochets or your treble if you're working in UK terms, then you would make your starting chain here and carry on as normal. So then you've created this extra space here, if that's what you needed in your pattern. I'm going to carry on with the slip stitches all the way along, just so that you can see what it looks like as a nice edge. So as you can see, it kind of sits on top of all the other stitches and creates this really lovely edging along the top. You could use this to make the same down the sides and along the bottom so that you have a similar edging all the way around. Another really nice way to use a slip stitch is to create surface stitches on top of your work like this. Let's say you wanted to make a pattern of some kind, like a flower or something on top of your work, then you would use slip stitches to make that pattern. So how we do that is, again, it's very similar. We insert our hook into a space in our work. From the back, we yarn over, pull the working yarn through the space. So again, we have 2 loops on the hook, and we carry on bringing it through that loop on the hook. We'll do a few of these. And that's what it looks like. You could basically do this anywhere on your crochet project in any direction you like to make the pattern that you're looking for. And that's how to crochet the slip stitch. I really hope you found this video tutorial useful. If you have any questions, just let me know, pop them in the comments, and I'll be happy to help out. Go and check out my other beginner tutorials and some free patterns on my channel, and I'll see you next time.